Hi everybody and welcome back to the Bookateria. My name is Sarah and today I have a little bit of a book haul. I got 17 books here and I picked them up at my thrift store. The thrift store that I live is really great because even though their book section is really small, it's a bag of books for $1, and so they're constantly refreshing the books, and I think find some pretty good books. So, okay, I will start. I have everything set up in categories. So I will start with the historical fiction. I read everything pretty much, except romance. I don't really like romance, but I will read books that have romantic elements in them. No problem. I still like that. Actually, this one here, The Gendarme by Mark T. Mustian. This is about a soldier in World War One, and he is now an old gentleman, and he is starting to go senile, but he's having memories of his past. And the line in the back of this, in the synopsis of this book that caught me was, it was this little paragraph. It says, "In his dreams, he's a gendarme, a soldier marching Armenians out of Turkey and committing unspeakable acts. Yet he feels compelled to spare one remarkable woman, Araxi, the girl with the piercing eyes." And see, well, oh, look, this eye is blue, and then this eye is green. So, yeah, that sounded really good. And then the next one is called We Were the Lucky Ones by Georgia Hunter. And this one takes place in 1939, and it is about World War II. It is about a family through the generations, starting in 1939, and what happens to their family and the town when Hitler starts overtaking their country. And this takes place in Poland. So there's that one. And then this one is called Those Who Save Us by Jenna Blum, or Bloom? I'm not sure. Jenna Bloom. And this is about a little girl who was in a concentration camp, and she was liberated by an American soldier, and then she goes to live in America, in Minnesota, with the soldier. And it's her daughter's finding her story, because her mother doesn't talk about her story. They don't know about her history, so it's about her daughters finding out. And I think I really am drawn to World War II fiction because my dad worked with a man. He used to have Christmas parties at his work every year, and there used to be like bring your kid to work day. So I used to go to that, and there was a man, and he was this big, tall gentleman and with an accent. So friendly. He was so friendly. He really spoiled me whenever I saw him. He would give me treats and money, and but he was a survivor of the Holocaust, and I didn't know what that was then. Um, I had seen the number that was tattooed on his arm, but I was a child. I didn't know. And then when I got older and I started learning about the Holocaust, and I realized that is what had happened to him, and that's what he endured, and that's what he survived. And so I really admire people who made a life after the Holocaust for themselves. Okay, so the next books I will talk about is science fiction. This one is called The Years of Rice and Salt by Kim Stanley Robinson, and this book sounds really good. It's about what if the Black Plague had wiped out 99% of the human population. So that just sounded really interesting to me. I read a book years ago called The Black Plague, I think, or just The Plague. I don't know, and it was really good. I like reading books about diseases. Um, So yeah, this sounds really good. And this is a dystopian, I think. Um, Pretty sure this is a dystopian. It's about a young woman who has a baby during um, an environmental crisis where all of England, I think, or London, uh, is submerged under floodwaters, and just her trying to survive with a baby. Oh, the end we start from, and this is by Megan Hunter. Sorry. So yeah, that one sounded really good. And but to be honest, I picked this one up because of the cover, and then once I heard what it was about, it sounded really, really good to me. And then this one, I've never read a Robin Cook. It's Marker by Robin Cook. I've never read a Robin Cook, so let me know what you think of him. Um, but I really am interested in medical stuff. My mom was a nurse, so I grew up around medicine, and I remember playing with her stethoscope when she retired. Well, she was my grandmother, but um, she had her stethoscope and blood pressure cuff in her hope chest, and I remember always sneaking in there and playing with it. So, anyways, this is about a bunch of people that have routine surgeries and then they keep dying for some inexplicable reason. Anyways, let me know what you think of Robin Cook, if he's any good or not, because I have a whole bunch of his books. Okay, now I will do contemporary. I think this one is contemporary. It's called Disgrace by J.M. Coetzee. And the reason I picked this book up, it is about, this isn't the reason, but it is about a professor who has an affair with a student, and he loses his job, loses everything. So then he goes to visit his daughter in South Africa, I believe, or maybe he already lived in South Africa. Anyways, some incident happened, some terrible thing, and they already have a strained relationship. But the reason I picked it up is because in the little, on this page, the copyright page, the different subjects where it talks about it, it says veterinarians and farm life, and I love animals of all kind. I'm a really big animal lover. I always have been. Okay, and then this next one is called Blue Diary by Alice Hoffman. I've read Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman, and I really, really enjoyed it. And this is about a man who gets caught. He's running from the past for the past 13 years, and then all of a sudden something happens and he gets discovered, and then the police are at his door, and it sounded really good. So that one. And this book is Lisa Scottoline, Don't Go. And the reason I picked this one up is because Lindsay's Little Library was talking about this author and how she listens to her books on audiobook. This is about a doctor who goes away to war, and then his wife ends up dying somehow in her kitchen at home, and when he goes home, his baby daughter doesn't know him, and he is finding out some secrets, I guess, that his wife was keeping. So that one sounded good. This one, the title caught me, The Orphans of Race Point by Patry Francis. It was the title and the cover that caught me with this one. And this one is about two children who something horrific happens to them, but it entwines their destinies forever, and I think they become lovers, but then something happens to bring back the ghosts that they've been trying to forget. It sounds really good. It says it is an all-consuming novel that explores how far we will go for love, even if it means sacrificing everything, and in doing so, celebrating our capacity for faith, forgiveness, and hope. So, I really like stories about resilience. I really do. And then the next one I got is To Kill a Mockingbird, and I already have a copy of this, like the old copy that I read in school. But I saw this, and I paid like 10 cents for it. And I really like, this is a Reader's Digest edition, and I really like these editions because they have little illustrations in them, and I like it. Yeah, so just has little illustrations in them. And I don't really remember what this book is about, to be honest. I haven't read it since high school, but I think it's about a man who is a lawyer, and I'm not too sure, but I will have to read it again because I hear everybody talking about it and saying that it's a really good book. And I remember loving it when I was a teenager, but that was, you know, 15, 20 years ago. So, okay, now on to the thrillers. And do I have any horror? I think so, yes. Okay, so this is The Silent Wife, and I'm not too sure what this book is about. The thing that got me to buy it was, it had a quote on it from Kate Atkinson. It's a domestic thriller about a husband and wife. It says she the killer and he the victim. So yeah, domestic thriller, that's that. You Will Know Me, and what got me to buy this was the blurb on it from Stephen King that says, "An excellent novel gave me the creeps in the best possible way." And this is by Megan Abbott. And this is about a little girl, or a teenager. Something happens, and then the mom is trying to hold the family together, and then she's learning about her daughter in the process, and she wants her daughter to succeed. Not sure. Anyways, I have to pick the books out pretty quick because it's such a small book section and there's people looking, so I just have to oh, this one looks interesting. Okay, and the next one is Christopher Pike, and I have a little collection of Christopher Pike up on my shelves. Don't really need to know what this one is about. It's called Scavenger Hunt. I think there's ghosts. That one should be good. Okay, and the next one, is this one any good? Dean Koontz, The Eyes of Darkness, and this is about mom and her little boy has died, but now I think he's come back, or she finds a message saying that he's not dead. So is he dead or is he not? Is it good? I don't know. I do have a collection of Dean Koontz too, and I've only read a couple of him. I did not like Ashley Bell. The Voice of the Night, love, hate. It was kind of too scary to me. Yeah, so anyways, okay, this one is also historical fiction. It is Yesternight, and it was the title that caught me for this one. This is by Kat Winters, and it's about a little girl that shows up, and then she starts talking about how she was somebody else. She was a girl that lived in Kansas decades earlier who had drowned. It says there's terrifying mysteries and that will irrevocably change her life. So that sounded really good. Oh, and the cover is pretty nice too. And then the last book I got is Mo Hader, and I've heard really good things about her. Pig Island, the title alone intrigued me. But this is about a journalist who debunks supernatural hoaxes, and or is it a he? I don't know. Joe. Yeah, he goes to a secretive religious community on a remote Scottish island, so it's cultish. They've been accused of Satanism. Pretty sure it's a cult book. So yeah, anyways, those are the books I picked up. I will try not to talk so loudly because I didn't realize my voice would pick up so loud. But thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Have a good day.